Hello. Hi everyone. So let's continue an example how to handle with non-angular applications. Earlier we prepared a basic script which will enter a value here. Let's try to click on this button. So right click on this button, inspect. I know that this button is having some ID property. Copy the ID property, go back to your conf file. So here element by.id, pass the id property here, dot click command. So I'm just asking it to perform a click operation on this. Fine. Let me clear my log and let me try to execute my test script from the command prompt and see here bing.com got opened and the search results for the bing.com got displayed here. See, this is what the search results are got displayed here, with which we can confirm that the test script is interacting with the non-angular applications. And guys, if you clearly observe the test script execution, let me execute my test script once again and show you the point here. It is launching a browser, but the browser is in a minimized mode. It is not maximizing the browser. How to maximize the browser? If you remember WebDriver, we use a command which is browser dot manage dot a window dot maximize a command, right? We used this command in WebDriver in order to maximize the browser. So here there we use a driver dot. Here I am starting with the browser dot manage dot a window maximize. This is the command of which I have used, and let me try to execute my test script. If you have a look into this test script this time, it is maximizing the browser instance. So if you clearly observe, it maximized the browser instance and it executed the test script. So ultimately, we can use a window maximizer command in order to maximize the browser instance. And just like the same WebDriver programs, whatever we have used, we can use certain commands to perform few operations. Great. So here what I am doing means, let me save a copy of the same test case, save as. So here example 2 spec.js. I converted this whole script into example 2 spec. Here I would like to navigate to Salesforce application. So here is what my application URL is, login.salesforce.com. Okay, so let me switch back to my old document here. Rather than passing this URL, I'm changing my URL to, okay, let me change my URL to login.salesforce.com. As I all know that this is an non-angular application, for sure I need to use a synchronization command here. Okay, so I just used this browser.ignore synchronization command. I don't know the objects what are there in that particular web page, hence I am commenting these two lines of a code which is interacting with the login page. I just commented these two codes. The only logic which I have in this particular one is this will ignore the non-angular controls, so that this is going to interact with the non-angular applications also. This will open the Salesforce application and this will try to maximize the browser. And here my file name is example2-spec. So let me open my conf file. Here I am changing my spec file to example2 spec file. The reason is, whatever the spec file you want to execute, you just need to change the file. Hence I changed it to example2-spec. Great. Let me clear the log once again and let me run the script and see how it is going to work. So it is trying to launch this Salesforce application. It should enter some values, or else it launched that, it maximized the browser. Great. Now we need to perform an operation which can enter a username, and obviously it needs to enter the password too. Okay, obviously it needs to enter the password too. So what I'm trying to do means, let me capture the properties for a username and a password. So right click, inspect. So here, this object is having an ID property. So copy the ID property, go back to example 2 spec, replace the ID value with the existing ID value, uncomment these lines of a codes, and here I'm passing Surendra Jagannatham. So of course, this is not my valid user ID, but just for an instance, whether it is entering or not, I pass it some ID value. And then I would like to click on I would like to enter the password again by dot. Let me check out the property, whatever we have for this password field. Inspect. So it is also having an ID property. Copy that, go back to the program, by ID again, within the single quotes, pass the property dot send the keys. I'm giving test 1 2 3 4. See, I'm not giving these are not any valid credentials, guys. My intention is whether it is interacting with this application and whether it is entering the credentials or not. That's what I want to verify. Apart from that, I'm not going to verify anything else. I would like to click on a login button too. So right click, inspect. So here the login is having an ID as a login. Copy it, go back to your program and specify id dot click. So I just perform these operations, which will open the application, enter the username, enter the password, click on a login button. Okay, great. Let me try to run this script again. I'm trying to execute my test script here. It launched the application, it opened the Salesforce app, enter, it will try to, okay, it already entered that credentials. That's the reason here it is throwing some error messages. Please check the username and a password, whatever you want. So as we have entered an invalid credentials, it thrown some error messages. To cross check the execution, what I am doing means, after maximizing the window, I'm giving some sleep time here to check out whether that particular value it is entering or not. Additionally, I'm giving a pass command after entering the username, after entering the password too. Okay, after entering the username and after entering the password too, I have given some pass commands. Now, let me run my test script and see this time whether we are having an control in order to check that operations are performing or not. Okay, it maximized, it is waiting for some time, it entered a value, again it will wait for some time, it will perform a click operation after some time, and it thrown a result for me. So it means the earlier test script performed the logic, but the only reason is we just added some pass commands. Okay, we just added some pass commands to check out whether the action is performing or not. And one more thing is, to make this test case more effective, you people can add some verification points using except. Okay, using an except which we have used, we can get the title of the page and we can verify the existence of that particular title also, which we can verify. Okay, fine then. So this is the basic concept which I have in interacting with the non-Angular applications. In the next class, we will continue with the further topic. Thank you. Bye-bye.